So, Tom Ryan, congratulations. Buckeye as a gold medalist yesterday. Obviously, you have a big commitment to Ohio State, but obviously, you also seem to be committed to helping USA improve, internationally, and this is a big part of that. Talk about your philosophy with sort of marrying, your folk-style Ohio State goals and that of USA.
It's dream big, right? It's dream big, and the biggest dream is Olympic champion, right? So to not want that, is not dreaming big enough. So Kyle Snyder, a bunch of the guys in our program, want to win Olympic gold medals. They want to win world championships. So last night, we had the opportunity to see history for Ohio State, and then for the country in terms of his age. But we are completely aligned with USA Wrestling at Ohio State.
I mean, not just Kyle Snyder. I know a lot of guys were at the OTC this summer and working.
The whole team out there. Freestyle wrestling is, you can't win gold unless you understand freestyle wrestling.
Right.
So it's a critical part of our program. Our regional training center on campus.
Right.
We've got 7, 8 athletes training there. Kyle is the end result of a lot of things. But fundamentally, you've got a human being that has incredible passion. You've got a human being that loves what he does. He's got talent. He's got a work ethic. He's got desire. And you take that and you insert it into the right environment, and magic happens.
Right.
If you have all that, and the environment isn't a good enough environment, magic doesn't necessarily happen. So he's the end result of a lot of things, and one of them is Terrell the Legman is there.
Right.
You take Kyle's passion and you put him under someone that wrestles like Terrell. You get what you saw last night, someone who's 19 and looks like he's wrestles like he's 28. So it's just amazing performance.
In college wrestling and folk style wrestling, there seems to be, like over the last 20 years, I would say, what I would call an evolution of funk, of more involved counters to defending takedowns, twisting over your own back, grabbing ankles, that is counterintuitive to freestyle scoring. I mean, you look at like a Russian highlight reel, and the wild scrambles that are going on there are vastly different than a folk style thing. So as a technical struggle, what is that like for you? How do you avoid getting guys who have goals that are bigger than NCAA titles into not developing bad habits?
Yeah, I think fundamentally it's about positioning. You watch Kyle understands position. So from a folk style standpoint, I'm a firm believer that if you stay fundamentally sound, then the scramble, the dive between the legs, all of that is the end result of a break in position. Right? So you left your ankle behind. The energy wasn't moving in the right direction. It allowed your opponent for that position to be an option. So, I fall asleep. Yesterday I met Bela Glazov here. I saw Sergey here. Got a picture. And I literally fall asleep watching this guy's technique and his skill. I mean, it's amazing the opportunity young people have now.
Right.
When we were kids growing up, if you didn't know the guy with the VHS tape and all the technique on it of Tbilisi, then you didn't see it.
Right.
Now, the learning opportunities, and I think the combination of USA Wrestling working with the NCAA that allows these elite athletes to train in college facilities, and so you've got the environment created, you've got people that are hungry to win, and that's the ticket. I mean, that's the ticket. The right people, the right environment. So I'm all over the place, but the bottom line is in 1992, right, NCAA allowed Olympic athletes to train alongside college athletes.
Right.
They put a ban on that. For a long time, there was a ban on that. And now they've kind of reopened the door to allow elite athletes in college rooms.
You talk about the VHS tapes and how different things are now. That's obviously changing what I would call sort of the ignition of dreams, of that kids look at 16-year-olds, going and winning cadet world titles, and they're now able to view those guys as rock stars, and say, hey, I want that. Whereas they might not have even known about that in the 80s or 90s.
The knowledge base is incredible. General knowledge, the information, even now with a number of events camps, clinics, learning opportunities. If your dad wasn't in the know, then you didn't know. You know, you had to know somebody that knew someone that knew where the camp was, the clinic was, when the next event was. And the internet has changed that. You know now where the best places to train are, you know, what events are coming up. You watch skill online. So I think Kyle has set a precedent, but I think looking at this country and wrestling in this country and the great talent coming up and the system that's in place now, I think we're going to see more of what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, more cadet world titles the last 2 years than ever before, junior world titles. And, you know, I know that means a lot to you. I mean, that's outside of Ohio State's, you know,
we just
glory.
want people to reach their full potential. Right? And no rules should prohibit somebody from reaching their full potential. Right?
So, a practical question about Kyle. You know, you gave him up this year. Easy decision, tough decision, or
so? As soon as he won the U.S. Open, he walked off the mat, and I sent him a text, and I said, "You are Olympic weightlifter, right, Kyle? I want what's best for Kyle." Right. So the best thing for Kyle, and Kyle was actually thinking, "Well, I can't. You know, I want to help the team win another title. You know, Kyle, the team will take care of itself. Since 5, you've wanted to win Olympic gold medal, and the best thing for you, there's no other way to look at it. Nationals end March 20th, the weight's 197. Olympic trials are April 8th, 213. There's no way that we can ask you to do both. So you're going to take the year off, you're going to win Olympic gold medal, and then..."
would he come back down to 97 after winning Olympic gold?
Now, you know, we're weighing all that now. You know, does he move to heavyweight? Does he stay at 97? You know, what's the best thing for Kyle? What's the best thing for the team? But, you know, it's an easy decision to make sure he takes the Olympic waiver this year.
So, I mean, you made some tough decisions last year, and it paid off. So you got to feel good about following your gut.
Listen, I think at the end of the day, it'd be ridiculous to state that I don't want to win the Nationals every single year. Right? So I'm going to retire 15 years from now, 20 years from now, and if I want every national title from today until that time, and I didn't provide young people what was best for them as well, then you lose sleep over that on your retirement chair, right? So I want to make sure that as we move through the process, we want to win, but we also want to do what's best for the people in our program. And there's a fine line. There's a fine line in there. So the bottom line is, in this situation for Kyle Snyder, things worked out incredibly well last night. And I think we can get used to it because he lives a very clean life. I said it last night. He's the staple of prolonged success. The way he lives, the way he does things, is a blueprint for how to be really good for a really long time.
You know, and talking about how good he is technically, just one of the best hand fighters I've ever seen. Just tremendous at it. Like, talk about his development in hand fighting.
Well, you know, when he went to the training center, Bill Zadek has had a tremendous impact on his life. You know, Bill had Brandon Slay as well, but they really did a nice job with him. And of course, his high school coach did a good job with him. I mean, he had him in the World Finals, the World Side. So hand fighting is about a lot of knowledge in it, but it doesn't begin until the human will kicks in. So if you don't have amazing will and a desire to go, you know, hand fighting isn't a dripping faucet. It's a waterfall flowing. Right? It's not one thing and then the next thing. It is a flow, and the flow comes from the mind being engaged and the desire to make somebody move. So his desire. Usually, great hand fighters are also passion-filled people that want to score points. So, I mean, not to get too technical about it, the bottom line is his hand fighting is the end result of he wants to make the guy move. He wants to score points. He's out there to win.
It's just so more intricate than you can possibly believe it all the time. You look at an artist at hand fighting like that, and it's you know, it's tough to appreciate, but when you can appreciate it, oh dear God, is he beautiful.
And you know, working with Tervel has really helped him to develop these low angle shots that he has now.
Sure.
You know, and some creative ways to clear guys off your head. In the last year, the number of weapons that he's developed is pretty impressive. You know, he's pretty lethal right now, going side to side.
And again, 19.
And 19. So
you know, so he's not done.
No.
Well, congratulations again, and thank you so much.